Once again, we hear a lot of things that get preached to us, but are they true? I don't know about you, but many times I've wondered, if I'm really freed from the curse of the law, why then do I still have glasses? Why do I have cavities and fillings in my teeth? Why isn't all that healed? Why haven't I had abundance like Abraham? You know that, and I know that not everybody who's a follower of Jesus experiences all of that. And so at some point, you either got to go one of two things. Either they lack faith. Do you really want to go there with people that have prayed over and over and over again for certain things? Or maybe we have a really bad hermeneutic. Check. So let's go to Galatians 3, where this is taught from. And what we're going to realize is the curse of the law is not the curse of the law from Deuteronomy. The curse of the law is something else, because Paul tells us exactly what it is. He says in Galatians 3:10, he says, "For all who rely on the works of the law," in other words, those who think they're justified by keeping God's law, he says they are under a curse. Well, what's the curse? He tells us what the curse is. He says, "For it's written," here's the curse, "Cursed be everyone who does not abide by all things written in the book of the law and do them." Notice he didn't quote Deuteronomy 28. He didn't quote any of the blessings of Abraham. The curse is that we can't keep the law. That's the curse. What has Christ delivered us from? From that curse. Because he says here, he says, Christ redeemed us from the curse of the law by becoming a curse for us. For it's written, "Cursed is everyone who's hung on a tree." So then Christ Jesus, the blessing of Abraham, might come to the Gentiles so that we could receive the promised Spirit through faith. What's the blessing of Abraham? The blessing of Abraham is justification by faith. In Genesis 15:6, Abraham believed God, and God counted him as righteous. So when we talk about the curse of the law in Galatians 3, this is not the Deuteronomy curse and the blessings of Deuteronomy. This is a specific passage dealing with the fact that you and me cannot keep the law. And the only way that we can have right standing with God is by Jesus taking the curse of the law upon himself so that we could have the blessing of Abraham and we could be justified by faith.